Let's get it. It's Wednesday. You know what day it is. Athletes Phone Podcast, College Sports Crew. But this particular Wednesday, we talking Gators. We talking Gators all night long. Listen, this is a spring game coming up. It's our first look at a John Sumrall type of team. There's a lot we're about to dive into, right? When the blue shirt is on and the orange hat is on, you know we talking Gators. Hey, I'm bringing in a special guest to really come into the locker room, chop it up for the first time, right? It's been a long time in the making, but I'm excited to have this guy on, right? I got my guy JB from If You Ain't a Gator podcast coming on here, and we're gonna be talking the spring game. So let me welcome my guy into the mix. JB, what's going on, man? How you doing?
How you doing, bro? I really appreciate you having me on.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Like I said, it's been a little working, a little bit in the making, but we finally got you on, man. Had an opportunity to check out your stuff, watch your show, and I was like, man, I got to make it work. So I appreciate you coming on, man.
Yeah, man, I appreciate you having me. I've been tuning into your stuff, and then it's taking a little while to click, but I'm glad we're here. And I'm rocking the blue. I didn't know it was a thing, but great minds think alike.
Yeah, when the blue and orange is on, we're definitely talking Florida, and we're definitely talking Gators tonight, as it's finally here, man. Listen, spring game this Saturday, our first look at what a John Sumrall Florida Gator football team is going to look like. But before we dive into that, because we're definitely going to talk spring game. We got actually the burning locker room questions, to kind of welcome you in. So, since you're a Gator fan, these are going to be Florida Gator related questions. It's a 4-pack. Of questions. All right, man.
Let's do it.
All right, first one. When did you become a fan of the Florida Gators?
So I tell this story every time, and I swear to you, I stand 10 toes down on it. My dad's side of the family, diehard Florida Gators fans. And I will say this until the day I die, that my dad's first words to me were "Go Gators," and then "I love you." So I came out the womb born into this crazy fandom.
Hey, you were born into the blue and orange. It looks like.
Yes, sir. Had to be. There was no getting out of it. With this family that I got, we all bleed it.
Absolutely. Who's your favorite Gator player?
Vernon Hargraves.
Hey,
Vernon Hargraves.
I'm glad it's a DB. A little bit of background. I played DB in college as well. I'm glad we got Vern in there. Shout out to Vern as well. Absolutely.
I'll give you a 1B. That's 1A. 1B is Reggie Nelson. So another DB for you right there. I go back and forth, but Vern's my guy.
Reggie. We could go this route a while ago. We could talk about Major Wright and Ma Black that in that era and everything. So, favorite jersey combo?
It's the orange jersey.
Really?
Orange pants. Oh yeah, listen, I need Coach Sum to bring that back so badly. Okay. It is my favorite combo we got.
Looking at Sumrall and what he's done and how open and out in the public he's been, I wouldn't be surprised if that comes back, because I wouldn't be surprised if he is open to, that type of, swag, right? Billy, I don't know. Billy was more traditional. Sumrall is more like I don't really give a F type of guy.
Yeah, I think that he needs to do. Honestly, you look at like recruiting pictures, right? And I feel like Coach Sumrall is gonna understand this. He has said he likes the traditional, like he said it in press conferences. But I think if the players, even with recruits, like when they're on visits, when the games happen, if you're rocking the blacks, the icy whites, you got the orange on, like that's what they're all taking pictures in. You got to give them what they want.
Absolutely.
They all want to look good, feel good, play good.
Absolutely. No, absolutely. I'm with you there. Last question, and then we dive into the spring game.
I'm ready.
Who's your most hated rival?
Florida State.
Florida State. I'm right there with you. It's funny because people will be like, "You don't hate. What about Georgia? What about Tennessee?" No, I can't stand Florida State.
No,
I can't stand them,
bro. I can't even their war chant, everything. I mean, I will take every opportunity I get to send a jab at Florida State. I don't like them. I don't like their fans annoy me. I can't do it, bro. I can't.
No, I'm right.
I hate some of the other ones, but Florida State, absolutely not. I don't ever want to see them. Anybody who goes, well, they're a Florida team, like when they're not playing the Gators, I want to see them do good. No, don't talk to me. We cannot have a conversation.
Like, I don't even care about, I'm not gonna say I don't care, but even the Miami thing is like, it's a rival, but it's not how I feel about Florida State. I'm right there with you. I'm right there with you. Well, let's dive into the spring game, man. Listen, first look at what a John Sumrall program is how it's gonna be run, how the team's gonna look, right? So there's gonna be a lot to unpack in regards to reacting to this game, but in regards to expectations going into this game, there's some things we want to keep an eye on. So Buster Faulkner, offense, number one.
Yes, sir.
It's gonna be different.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like with Billy's offense, it was more of like a checkbox. And what I mean by that, it was like, all right, we got Lagway in the back. He's gonna shift the tight ends. Once the tight end sets, he's gonna motion the receiver. All right. They're gonna freeze. They're gonna look to the sideline, get a different play. He's gonna send the running back out. Like, I just feel like there was a checklist to get accomplished before even getting the ball started. Right.
Yep.
And granted, I know Buster likes to move people around as well. But based on what you're hearing, what you've seen, or what you think, how's this Buster? What do you think this Buster's offense is go? How much different is it going to look from Billy's?
Yeah, I think as a Gators fan, especially if you've endured the pain of the past few seasons of a Billy Napier offense, you're right. I mean, you hit the nail on the head. The way I can relate it to is that it's like you got a Ferrari that's in the garage and you're waxing it, you're checking the oil, everything's good, and then you take it out, you pull it back into the driveway, and you get out. Like, you did nothing with it. Like, you did all that for nothing. Buster Faulkner, on the other hand, he's going to take that thing and he's going to be flying around. I mean, as fast as that thing can go, pedal to the metal. I think you're going to see a lot of rotations, a lot of movements. I think you're going to be able to mix it up. He's going to be able to do what he wants to do. If he wants to go fast with tempo and moving, and he's going to do it. If he wants to slow it down, if that's what Coach Sumrall asked him to do, he'll do that as well. But I think that you're going to see, especially with, like the weapons that are on this offense, he's got to be like a kid in a candy shop. So, yeah, I think it's going to be a 180 degree difference. I can't wait. Absolutely cannot wait.
Yeah, it's going to be I'm so excited that sometimes I'm speechless, but you hear about like the weapons we got, right?
Yeah.
Receivers, running backs, and we don't just got weapons. We're deep. We're deep in the rotation when it comes to it, right? And the thing I like about Buster, right, that it sounds like he's able to adapt and really mold his offense around the type of team. Sumrall said a lot in regards to like how the offense will look. It's going to depend on personnel and obviously the type of team we play, but I'm excited to see what it's going to look like. And we know we're going to see 10 personnel, right? That's no shot at the tight ends, because Billy, 12, 13, 14, he loved having tight ends. And granted, that's his offense, okay? But we're going to get back to when we had like Percy Harvin and Chris Rainey and Demps and, all these guys on the field. We're going to get back to having speed on the field. Right.
Yep.
So that's what I'm excited to see when it comes to it. And obviously, we're not questioning the receivers or the running backs, right? Do you have any questions in regards to the O-line at all? I'm gonna get into quarterback, but in regards to the O-line, like, are you concerned, or what are you looking to see this weekend?
Well, my thing with the O-line is, number one, I trust Troutwine. That's the biggest thing. I think the guys that he brought in, you got a bunch of fans that are questioning who he brought in. I'm like, this dude is who he is for a reason. He knows what he's bringing in. I'm nervous about depth. I'm very nervous about depth there. I think that who our starting five will end up being, I think that it's going to be a legit five. Do I think that they're going to be a take you to the national championship offensive line? No, I don't. But I'm not as worried about the offensive line because of having, number one, Trout is going to have them in a sense where I guess you could say good enough. But then when you have an offensive mind like Buster Faulkner, he, like you said, he can adapt. So he's like, okay, let me talk to Coach Trout. How is this offensive line? How long do you think that they can hold? Like, if we're going against Georgia, they got some real killers over there. They got Tennessee, got some real killers, whatever the case may be. How long do you think they can stand there and keep our quarterback upright for? With that, I think the connection with the two and being able to communicate, I'm not stressing, honestly, the O-line as much. Now, if the going gets tough, now I'm getting a little nervous, but overall, I'm not that worried about it.
No, I hear you. You mentioned Georgia. I got one of my good friends in the chat who's a Georgia fan. He thinks we should have some more some red and black on the screen. I think Buster's enough. I think Buster's enough.
Yeah,
So
I think that can't happen. That can't happen.
no, absolutely. And listening to Buster, he sounds like he's a no nonsense type of guy. Like he even made the comment like shouldn't be able to block a guy on the line shouldn't be like an excuse or something along the lines of that. So I think as long as you said, I think as long as we're good enough, we got the weapons that'll take it. Right, we got the weapons that'll take it. Obviously, Eric Singleton, right? Yep. Bailey Stockton, Vernon, Dallas if he gets healthy. But what people don't realize is that we still got some other guys in the chamber that could come and do that as well too. What are your thoughts on some of the other guys that may get into the rotation, or we may not even see in the starting lineup, but they could still pop a play?
Yeah. So honestly, it's like it's kind of a crazy wealth that we have at wide receiver. Like I feel like we went from last year where we had some receivers to now I'm like one of the top 4 receivers last year is now so far back in the depth chart that we don't even speak about him in Abrams. But I think Davion Gross.
You forget about Abrams too.
Davion Gross is one that no one even like. He's not talked about enough right now just because of what we have in front of him. Yeah. Marquez Daniel. I mean, you look at him in the practice clips, the spring clips. I'm like, that's a grown man. That is not a freshman. There's no way. Check his birth certificate. He's got to be at least 30. But those two right there, just being as far back as they are in the depth chart, they're young bucks. They're gonna learn behind these guys. But I still think they're gonna get some burn. They're gonna get some play time. I think that you might see Davion Gross punt return, maybe.
Yeah,
I'd love to see it, but. Yeah, those two right there, honestly, are who I'm looking the most forward to at this spring game.
Yeah.
The others, we know what they do. We know what they're bringing. But those two, man, oh, man.
Yeah. And it's almost like, can we I know it's an air raid scheme. I know it's the air raid fundamentals. It's almost like, can we just go empty and just let this thing rock? Right? Bubble screens could be quick game extension of the run, right? Lighting up the box for Jaden. Like, it's going to be interesting how the rotational players, how they fit in, because even you look in the running back room, one guy I'm personally excited about is Evan Pryor. Because I think he is you're going to get Jaden, who's a little bit of everything. And then if he needs a break, Evan could come in and literally you go from shotgun, you could to empty, jet sweep. Like he's gonna be able to really advance what this offense is gonna look like.
Yeah. I mean, it's the proper 1-2 punch, right?
Yeah.
I mean, you go to me, it gives you the vibes of like a David Montgomery, Jahmyr Gibbs type feel, where Jaden Ball, I mean, you know what he can do. He's a jack of all trades. I've actually compared him more so to Josh Jacobs in the NFL because he can run, he can catch, he can break away. I mean, he does everything you need him to do.
Yeah.
But I mean, David Montgomery's that way too. Whereas like Jahmyr Gibbs, you got the speed side of it. That's Evan Pryor. It's something that I'm like, it's a different dynamic, right?
Yeah.
And just the clips we've gotten where you got Ball pitching it to Pryor.
Yeah.
Ball thrown it to Pryor. I'm like, what is this? Now I'm like, how do we get here? Right. And the depth at running back too is insane. Duke Clark is another one that's not even spoke about. Like, I'm like, you have so many running backs in that room that it's just, I mean, we really do. We're spoiled right now.
Yeah.
To the point
we don't even know it.
Yeah.
We don't even know it. We're still in the honeymoon phase. Like, I don't even believe like Sumrall's a real guy. Like, I don't even like our coach like talks to me. Our coach is going on all these podcasts. Like, our coach is just out in the open like this. Like, I don't even think Sumrall's a real dude.
Bro, he's an alien. Like, I'm like, how do you find the time? Like, I'm like, bro, I don't even work a job like you. And I was like, and I'm busy. And I'm like, this man's at all the sporting events. He's on podcasts. I'm like, you're at practice? Like, how are you doing this? Running around like a madman.
How are you doing this? That is the question of the night. But maybe let's start getting into the topic of the night. Obviously, everyone wants to know about quarterback.
Yep.
Everyone has their 2 cents, right? So my question is not necessarily who do you think is leading, who do you want to start? My question is more so, it's actually a two-part question. So I'll ask the first part. Is the fact that it's close, like what are your thoughts on that? Like if it's close, does it really matter who starts at this point?
Here's my thing when it comes to the quarterback battle. I understand, and this is how I look at it, right? I think it comes to like a big thing is just being a gamer, right?
Yeah.
You can practice as good as you want, and that's fine. You need to practice well. I want a gamer. I want the person. I don't care about how you throw on air in spring. I don't care about how you throw against our own defense in spring practice or even fall practice. I want the person who, when the going gets tough, they can get it done. I don't care who it is, like you said, but I think when people hear like, oh, it's close, some people get concerned about it. To me, I'm like, I feel like it's a good problem.
Yeah.
If it was close and this was a Billy Napier offense, I'd be freaking out. But you got Buster Faulkner, who with Georgia, took the mailman, Stetson Bennett, and made him look like he was, Tom Brady out there. So, and I'm not saying those two are going to go be national championship quarterbacks. Do I hope so? Of course. But I think that the two of them have a little different dynamic. Tramel Jones has the team revolved around him. They've said it openly. They love him. Dallas Wilson, Vernell Brown, they all love him. Aaron Philo, on the other hand, he's got the in-game experience. He does have that killer mentality. You saw him run against, I think it was NC State. Time's ticking down. He runs like a 35, 40-yard run, 17 seconds left. And in his mind, he's like, I'm a gamer, I'm scoring. And he gets in and scores. So I think either way, again, it ain't Cam Newton out there, Tim Tebow, but I don't think you're going too wrong. Like this offense, you don't really have to be, you got to be Superman. Get the ball where it needs to go. Don't turn the ball over.
I think that's the beauty of Buster Faulkner is that he's done it with a Stetson Bennett, right? He's done it with Georgia quarterbacks who don't necessarily look like they could light the world on fire, right? And that's not a shot. That's just the truth, right? Yeah. And that's kind of like where we're at as Gator fans right now. So my second part question is that if it's close, obviously, doesn't matter, we don't know as long as we got the right guys. We trust the coaching staff will pick the right guy. So second part of the question is, does a 2-quarterback system even make sense if it's still close? I agree with you. I don't think it does.
If you got 2 quarterbacks, you got none.
Yeah. And not only that, I think if it's that close and you have a 2-quarterback system, no one really has a grasp of the team or the backing of the team or kind of get in rhythm. Like, I feel like this has to be, you pick one guy and you just go with him. Yeah. Right? You just go. This is not a Chris Leak, Tim Tebow situation in regards to where you have Leak, who's the guy, but Tebow, who obviously you're gonna run QB power read, or really run the ball with them. Tramel and Aaron are similar, but they're not. One's again more athletic, one has a little bit more game experience, but neither's gonna light the world on fire. So there's no need to. I personally don't feel like there's need to bring in that second guy for a change of pace or whatever the reason is. So now I agree with you. I don't think there is a at the 2-quarterback system. I don't think there is one here.
They're just too similar, right? Like the two, like you said. I mean, they have a little bit of differences to them. I will say, and I stand by this, and I would hope that everybody in Gator Nation stands by this. I want whoever's going to win ball games. That's the biggest thing. But the only looks that Coach Sumrall is going to get is spring practice and then fall practice. So he's not going to know which of these two guys. And I wouldn't say that even with one named a starter, that doesn't mean he's going to finish the season as a starter. Yeah. If they get in, they start throwing picks. I mean, that's one thing we know about Aaron Philo. Georgia Tech spring game last year, I think he threw a few. And so someone that's like that, that's why people are like, oh, he's got the edge because he knows the offense. I'm like, Tramel's smart. Like, Tramel's super smart. I saw him out at the 7-on-7s, and I mean, the way he plays and the way he can break things down, and the way he's like controlling the field, I'm like, he's intelligent. But just watch just watch the practice, the clips. That ball comes off of Tramel Jones' hand different. Like, it's not a crazy difference, but there's just like a little zip on it that I'm like, me personally, I think Tramel is a starter. I think that's who wins it. Yeah. I think Tramel wins it at the end of the day. I think a lot of people think Philo will, but I think it's going to end up being Tramel's.
Now, do you think he wins it Saturday, or do you think this is going to be decided in camp?
No, I honestly don't think you even have a clue as to who's the quarterback until probably the week leading up to FAU.
Okay.
That's probably what it'll end up being.
Okay. I agree with you. I think this is people going this Saturday to the spring game looking for the answer at quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
Don't even waste your time.
I do want to see, though. I want to see how that ball comes off their hands. I want to see it live and in person. So I may have to come back on and change my mind. I don't know. You never know. But
absolutely.
As of right now, stamping Tramel.
All right. Well, you're always welcome, brother. Let's switch to the defensive side of the ball. Hey, we're a young ass team, man. That's the beauty of this, right? I think between first year juniors all the way down to redshirt freshmen, we're about 76 deep. 76 deep. We are a young team, so the upside is real. On the defensive side, give me one player from each phase or each level, right? D-line, linebacker, DB. Give me one player that needs to not necessarily have a spring game performance, but really show that like either they're the leaders of the pack or, they're the guys that, they're leading us into, in the camp in the week 1 versus FAU. Give me 3 names you're looking forward to on the D-line, linebacker, and DB group.
Yeah, it's kind of tough because I feel like when it comes to the D-line and the linebacker room, I think you kind of know who they are. But who I say for D-line, I feel like everybody's like, oh, yeah, of course. But there's a reason I say it is I think Jaden Woods for the D-line, but not skill-wise. I think vocal-wise. Yeah. He's come out and said that he's not a very vocal person. He's kind of like quiet. And it's like, that's fine. But you have the stand and the view that you have, you have to get more vocal. And I want to see that from him. I want to see him at the spring game. I'd like to see him directing the line more, him getting in there and getting involved with moving people around. And linebackers, it's Miles Graham. Yeah. I mean, I just want to see him just really stamp himself. Honestly, not even just stamp himself as a leader of the linebackers. I think that's gonna be a leader of your defense.
Yeah, he's overall going to coin toss.
Yeah. Corner is tough. Yeah, that's a tough one because
it almost feels like there's an unknown at corner.
What's that?
It almost feels like there's like a little bit of some unknowns at corner. Some guys that like there's just little sample sizes.
Yeah. I'll tell you this. I'm from about 35 minutes away from where Cormani McClain is from, and I've got to watch him play in person when he was at Lake Gibson, and then I got to watch him in person when he was at Lakeland. That is truly, when I tell you, like athlete, he's got it. I mean, he's just a pure athlete. When it comes to football player, you don't have to give him a playbook. You just like go out there and make a play. And he can, like, it's like he's got a sixth sense to where the football is. He just knows, he's got a knack for it. The problem is you can do that in high school.
Yeah.
College is a different level. And in the SEC football, it's even different.
Yeah.
So with him, I need to see him become like, because see, the thing is like when we've had good cornerback rooms, you've always had somebody that's kind of vocal.
Yeah.
And I'd say the last great like DB room that we had was back with Vern, Quincy Wilson, Tease Tabor.
Yep.
We need someone who is willing to direct people, be standing there. Even if you're guarding the one, you need to look over and be like, okay, y'all need to do this. You need to be like Richard Sherman said. We all got to be on a string. It sounded like Ben Hanks is number 2.
Yeah.
I need to see the 2 of them. Like there's a lot of immaturity there. I need to see. And I think it's gonna lead with Cormani. I think he's got to be that guy. He's got to step up. He's got to be vocal, and he's got to be the maturity in that room, not just on the field. When you're in that room and you're learning that playbook and you're watching film, don't be cutting up. Don't be. This isn't Instagram. This isn't social media. Like, shut up. Sit there. take the knocks that you're going to take and then take that and put it on the field as well. And then you get a pick, by all means, y'all dance, y'all do whatever you want, but there's got to be maturity there. And safety is easy. For me, safety is very easy. Bryce Thornton, you got that one jersey.
You got it for a reason.
Show it.
You got that one for a reason.
Yep, we got a couple of them. Boom, boom, boom. Like that one jersey ain't no joke. Show me.
Yeah,
show me.
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm a big Cormani guy. I was a big fan even when he went to Colorado. And even last year he didn't start, but every time he came in, it just felt like he was always making the play. In Miami game with the interception, like every time he came in, he was always making a play. So now that I want him to be the guy. I'm with you. Like I want him to be that Burn, that Joe, that the Quincy, whoever it is. Like I want to see Cormani take that next step. But you mentioned it. Ben Hanks has been balling too. Right? He's been balling. We got a young group just in general. Javari Flowers. Like that DB room is going to be interesting to watch. And it kind of leads me into my next question. Like, what's the matchup you're looking for? Like, doesn't necessarily have to be like receiver, a certain DB versus a receiver, but like, is it one of the quarterbacks versus the starting defense? Is it, our D line versus the O line? Like, what are the matchups or the number one matchup you're going to be looking for come Saturday?
Yeah. I think the biggest thing is I just want to see a legit matchup. I don't want to see any of this stuff that we got from the Dan Mullen era, from the Billy Napier era, that it was like, let's please the fans. Like, oh, the fans are worried about the O line. So, let me go over to the D line and be like, hey, don't bull rush them. Don't chop and get through and get to the quarterback. Like, don't concern them. No, if they can get through, so be it. I want to see those, like you said, I want to see how the O-line and D-line does. But I want to hear John Sumrall come out and tell the truth and be like, the D-line could do that because our O-line sucked. Yeah. Or like the D-line couldn't do that because the O-line is they're pretty good. But to be honest, I want to see any of our DBs go against any of these receivers. I think we have, like we talked about earlier, we got some stallions in there. So if these DBs can keep up with those guys, I'm sorry, and this might be biased, this might be orange and blue goggles, they're keeping up with anybody in the SEC. I will stamp it. College Football Talk might disagree, but I stand by it. Florida's got the best wide receiver room in the SEC.
It's all right. College football, I've never seen a group of receivers in Georgia anyway. They haven't had a receiver since AJ Green. So, no, I'm with you, man. Like, our receivers, like Eric Singleton, Dallas. I just want Dallas to be healthy, right?
Me too.
I feel like Dallas has been teasing us, not any fault of his own, but just like the potential. Like, we stole this guy from Oregon. Like him. He had more hype than VB3 in most cases. And then VB3 comes out, right? That first game, balls out, one-hand catch, all that. Like, I want to see Dallas, and he may not do it Saturday, but I want to see him play this year, right? And then we already talked about another guy like people aren't even thinking about. I'm hearing a lot about Micah Mays. I didn't have a lot of expectations about Micah Mays, but I'm hearing a lot about Micah Mays. So,
bro,
if we can be that deep at receiver, like if our DBs, that was one of the biggest things when spring ball first started. One of the biggest things I saw that was reported was the DBs weren't used to our speed, and I'm like, we got speed? we what?
When?
What does that even mean?
Yeah,
what does that even mean? So I'm excited to see how that all looks out. Obviously on Saturday, which again, working on the logistics to try to make this work for sure. Spring game is over, right? We saw offense, saw defense, special teams, John Sumrall. Everyone's happy. There's a breath of fresh air, right? How can I ask this question? Is it the execution or the identity that's going to have you feeling comfortable going into camp? Like, what do you need? What do you need to see, or what do you want to see between the two?
Honestly, I want to see. There's two things I'm looking for at the orange and blue game that I think that going into this offseason and going into like fall camp, I just want to see, number one, effort. I feel like I saw a lot of guys give up these past couple of years. Don't like that. But I want to see swagger back. Like, bro, I remember teams, they're out there, jumping on the sidelines and they're having fun. And that's what I want to see. I want to see an identity of that. There's some swag to this team. There's some movement to this team, and that it's not just, oh yeah, sometimes we play good. The great teams, they're out there. They know that they're good. Like, I want you to go out there and know you're good. Yeah. Even if John Sumrall's telling you ain't that good, no, I want you to know, like, oh yeah, when I catch that, bro, get together, like, celebrate, however you got to do it. But I want to see some swagger to them, because these great teams that we've had, they've had that to them. They've had some movement. The Kyle Pitts, he's in there, dancing in the end zone after scoring. And bro, just give me some of that. But most of all, again, just effort. I want to see ball, get ball, hit Absolutely. Whoever has the ball, and play hard-nosed football all 4 quarters. That's it. It's not real hard.
When you say swag, the number one thing that pops up in my mind, and I know we talked about jersey combos, like, I'm a fan of the all white. And I know we probably wouldn't do it, but I would love for us to pull out the all white versus Oklahoma, kind of a remembrance of that national championship game, right? Yeah. But when you talk about swag, the one memory that pops up in my mind is Major Wright. Major Wright, cover one. We all know Joe Hayden. I forgot dude's name, but I'm sure everyone has seen the clip.
Manny,
I'm sure everyone has seen the clip many times. So, yeah, you're right. I want some of that back. Yeah. I want some of that back for sure. Finish this sentence for me. It could be offense, defense. It could be both, right? After watching the spring game, right? It's a good sign if who plays good.
Oh, that's a good question. That's a really good question. I'm going to say Cormani.
Yeah.
I'm going to say if Cormani plays good.
Like that. I
think if Cormani plays good, that's the room I'm most worried about. I think if Cormani plays good, I think we're sitting real pretty. I don't think we need anybody on offense. Honestly, I'm not stressing offense at all. But defense.
Let me ask you this before we I got one more question before we head out. There's been a lot about Buster. There's been a lot about this offense, rightfully so. The weapons we got, right? And I feel like we're all just waiting for them to be let go, right, when September comes. But what do you? How can I phrase this? What are your thoughts, or what do you want to take away from watching Coach Brad White and the defense perform? Like, I know we talked a lot about the players and stuff like that. Think more schematic and effort and how they're going to play. Like, what do you want to see from this Brad White defense?
Yeah, I'll be honest. I want to see this defense play like Tulane's defense last year. To be 100% honest, if you give me that same style with the athletes that we have on this team, we're sitting pretty. And to be honest with you, with Brandon Harris as the DB coach, give me the interceptions that his DBs were getting, and we're sitting pretty. Like, we're sitting all right. But I think Brad White is a perfect combination with John Sumrall. I think that the reason he hired him, do I think he could have went and hired a better DC, like a Will Muschamp? Yeah, of course I do. But I think that John Sumrall and Brad White are on the same wavelength. So I think the combination of the two, just bring me that Tulane effort. Them guys just play, lights out. They're hitting hard. They're attacking the ball. They're just, they literally have the mindset of John Sumrall. And that's what I want to see. I want to see some psychos out there on defense, to be honest with you.
I'm right there with you. Listening to Aaron Childs on the High Point interview, he was saying it's good our head coach is a former linebacker and their DC's a former linebacker, because you could sense the intensity and like how they want us to play, which is refreshing as well too. All right, last question, but before we get to that, my guy College Football Talk says, serious note, he's high on Florida. I think I convinced him otherwise. Loves the head coach, but reminds him a lot of Kirby. Wide receiver room is the best in the SEC in his opinion. He's gonna go throw up now. So rightfully so.
Salute to that.
Salute to that. All right, last question, brother. And again, I appreciate you coming on.
Of course.
Everyone's gonna want to know, is Florida back? right? Is there anything that can happen on Saturday that will tell you, like, yeah, we're back or we're on the way of being back?
Yeah, so if you even watch a couple minutes of my show, you'll know I'll say 16-0 all the time. But one thing with me is that I got some serious PTSD from Billy Napier, and so it's going to be hard for me to even remotely say that we're back. But I don't think that the orange and blue game will show me that. But I guess my thing is I want to see successful completions, right? Florida versus LIU last year, I watched DJ he was throwing some questionable throws. Even the Vernell Brown one-handed catch.
Yeah.
Being there watching that, the whole crowd is screaming because they see VB3 open. And he overthrows it, and VB3 has to catch it crazy, right?
Yeah.
I don't want to see any of that. I want to see sound football on Saturday, very minimal mistakes. Will there be some? Yeah, it's spring. But if you can keep it minimal mistakes and you can show me that everybody is like a movement in a machine with just this little bit of time, I'm going to feel pretty confident going into fall. I'm going to feel very, I should say very confident. So that's what I'm looking for, is just very sound football. And if they can get that done, and there's, quarterbacks not overthrowing receivers that are, running a 10-yard hitch and we're throwing it over their head, then we're good. I'm cool.
Yeah.
Just put the ball where it needs to be.
Put it where it needs to be. And give us a show. That's it.
Yeah.
Just
that's all. Throw a couple of deep ones.
Yeah. Yeah. Let's see Jaden Ball show off that arm a little bit,
I want to see Will Griffin show off that arm. I want to see Will Griffin put one in the air. I think he can sling that thing. So let's let the true freshman get in there and throw one out there.
Absolutely. No, I'm with you full the way, man. Hey, I appreciate you coming on. My guy JB from If You Ain't a Gator podcast. Hey, go and link your information, man. Where can everyone find you?
Yeah, so you can find me on
real quick. Shout out to Kyle. I don't want to forget.
Shout out to Kyle. That's the guy.
Yeah. Just he followed me back. I want to give him a shout out to your co-host over there.
Yeah, bro. He'll come on too. Anytime you want him on, he'll come on too. And
Absolutely.
That's the numbers guy. That's the number guy on the podcast. He breaks down numbers like crazy. And so me, I'm just like, I'm the rah fan, and he's got the numbers, and I'm like, all right, cool. We're good. We're a good duo over here. But yeah, find me on YouTube, If You Ain't a Gator podcast. You can find me on X, IYAAG podcast. And yeah, if you're at the orange and blue game, come holler at me.
Hey, you're giving something away, man.
Yeah, we are. We're going to be giving these hats away. Got a few different ones, a couple of different ones here that we're going to be giving away. And we're going to have some shirts too to give away. Yeah. So if you come up to the game, message me, shoot me your number after this, and we'll link up. And I got you, bro.
I got you. If I get up there, I'm going to have to get one from my guy, College Football Talk, my guy, Chris.
Yeah, I got all the Gator stuff for him. Gator stuff for him.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, man.
Hey, listen, appreciate you coming on, man. Listen, we're talking Gators, Athletes Forum Podcast, College Sport Crew. Thank you all for tuning in. If you haven't, there's still some people here in the chat. I can see the little eyeball of numbers. Subscribe to the channel, drop a comment. Let me know what you guys think about everything. If you're going to be at the spring game, right, drop a comment. Let me know where you're going to be. Follow my guy, JB and Kyle. And listen, appreciate you guys tuning in. Athletes Forum Podcast.